but it comes with immense stress and pressure. Burnout is a common challenge facing many entrepreneurs, leading to emotional exhaustion, lack of motivation, and decreased productivity. Tell me about it. All right. Oh, wait, Ryan had his hand up. Ryan, let me see if he had
Uh,
something to say
he's
before we
pulling up the phone.
start. Oh, all right. So, yes.
Ignore that hand. Ignore that hand up.
All right, cool. Symptoms of burnout. Chronic fatigue, meaning that you're tired all the blasted time. Constant feeling of tiredness and lack of energy even after rest. Two, detachment. Emotional distance from business, employees, and customers. That could be a crazy one. Three, decreased productivity. Difficulty concentrating and completing tasks effectively. Four, irritation. Short-tempered, short temper and increased frustration with minor issues. All of this just sounds like you woke up on the wrong side of the bed. All right. Cause of burnout in entrepreneurship. In entrepreneurs. Excessive workload. Entrepreneurs often try to work to do too much, working long hours and neglecting self-care. That is so very true. Lack of work-life balance. A blurred line between personal and professional life can lead to burnout. Who that? Unrealistic expectations. Entrepreneurs may set unrealistic goals, putting immense pressure on themselves. That is also true. We live a life where we have to create everything from scratch. Hence, we feel that we have to succeed more than others, and in turn, we might set goals that are unrealistic or unachievable based on our current capacity.
I agree.
Impact of burnout on business performance. This is where it gets slippery. Now, in our efforts to do everything we can, we may have jeopardized everything we built. This slide will explain just that. Decreased productivity. Burnout leads to reduced focus and efficiency, hindering business growth. If you know anything, whenever you start hindering business growth, that will lead to even further frustration, and that also will lead to its own array of problems, given that we're trying to grow the business by doing all of these things, and then you end up causing the same problem. Not fun, not fun at all. All right. Poor decision making. Burnout may impair your ability to make sound strategic decisions. True, because if your mind and body are not in the same place, your body wants to rest and your mind is saying, look, dude, get up, we got work to do. That will throw you off. And the frustration from the lack of sleep or the lack of rest or the lack of reprieve might will also hinder your decision making. You need a clear mind, a conscious thought in order to make proper decisions. Mind is in a very chaotic state, then there is no way you can make sense. Agreed?
Agreed.
Talent retention issue. Burnout entrepreneurs may struggle to attract and retain top talent, which is true because they know they're going to look at you like, if he's like this and it's his business, that means that me I go mash up too. And we don't want that. So our inability to balance work and home, our business and ourselves will actually hinder the growth of our business. You trying to hire persons, make it easier, might end up back. Because they'll look at you and judge you as their result by being a part of it. They'll use your results as an indicator to say, hey, if I join this guy, this is what my life will look. Not fun, not fun. Strategies to prevent burnout. Prioritize self-care. Regularly engage stress relieving activities such as exercise, meditation, or hobbies. I definitely recommend it. Especially exercise. Exercise renews the body, it gives your mind a fresh perspective and allows you to just let go of whatever accumulated stress. Delegate responsibilities. Identify tasks that can be delegated to employees or outsourced to reduce your workload. We spoke about this last week, and I'll say this again. As someone said, I would rather have 1% of 100 persons' time and effort than 100% of my time and effort. I agree with that. As soon as you can, find a way to delegate some of the work as an entrepreneur. Paying somebody might mean that you make less money, but it also means that you worry a lot. There's one less task for you to do, one less thing for you to think about, and you can focus. Set boundaries. So this one is the setting boundaries. Establish clear boundaries between work and personal life to maintain a healthy balance. For me personally, this is where I suck because work is my life is my work. So balance isn't always clear cut. But setting boundaries definitely is difficult because then you have your goals in mind that you want to achieve, and then there's this work that needs to be done where you have delivery times and due dates and customer expectations. But in truth and in fact, if you really look at it, if you are dead, then the customers will get refunded and they will go elsewhere for their goods and services. So, but delegation can help with you setting boundaries, given that you would have less tasks doing and you can organize your tasks better. Because if you are paying somebody to work, then you have to have a clear cut of what responsibility, what tasks will be completed and what time. Seek support. Yes, I think we're all equally bad at this. Surround yourself with a network of mentors, peers, professionals who can provide guidance and emotional support. I think we don't do enough of this. And even if when we do have support, we do not make the best as our own self. Sometimes we feel like we might be a burden to somebody else, and as such, we keep our problems to ourselves, not realizing that the same things we're trying not to do, we ended up doing anyway. As somebody once said, we find our destiny and the path we take to avoid it. And trying not to stress out the people that most of you end up doing it anyway and end up frustrating yourself even further. Emotional support is important in the entrepreneurship game because this is the loneliest sport in the world. The only sport in which you compete against you, cross-examine, self-examine, and put yourself on display for the world because you are your business. Your habits, your rituals, your good and bad, all of those will be on display in the form of your business. Your good habits will show out in your business, your bad habits will showcase it. As such, having support will help you refine some of your processes as well as provide you with additional information for growth and development. So seek support. Don't be afraid. Put your pride aside, ask for help because the most anybody can say to you is no. Or leave me alone. Whatever the case may be. As well as this group, our podcast is also here as a form of support. You can come on, voice your concerns or frustrations that you might have with something that you might be going through, and we can help out as best as possible. Importance of work-life balance, time management, prioritizing tasks and schedule regular breaks to maintain productivity and avoid burnout. Better you manage your time, the easier your life will be. Automate tasks that can be automated or set things into motion or prepare in advance for things that can be done that way. And for the other things that just might come up, that is simply life. You can only prepare with the expectation of what may or may not come and then handle it. Leisure activities, engage in hobbies, exercise, socialize outside of work to recharge. Leisure is just as important as your work, as oftentimes your leisure can provide you with ideas of how to work better. So associating with other persons doing different things can spark different inspiration or even give you new ideas. Family and relationships. These suffer the most in entrepreneurship. Our families and our relationships. And we have such a busy life out of the ordinary. We don't most oftentimes have a set time or a set schedule for work. And as such, they who support us the most suffer the most. Nurture personal relationships and make time for family to maintain a balanced lifestyle. I agree with this. A lot of times you can either prepare in advance or make the necessary preparations for work so that you can spend necessary time with your family. Or incorporate your family in what you're doing so that that too can be a way in which you spend time with. Right? Now, mental well-being. This is important. Practice self-care, seek professional support, and prioritize your mental health. A healthy mind, a healthy life. An unhealthy mind will lead to a chaotic, unhealthy. Does not bode well in business. So prioritize your mental health. If you are at a point where you feel like you need to take a break, then do so. Building a supportive entrepreneurial ecosystem. Mentorship. Experienced entrepreneurs can provide valuable guidance and support to new founders. Peer networks. Connect with other entrepreneurs can foster a sense of community and shared understanding. Resources and tools. Accessible resources such as workshops, coaching, and mental support can help prevent burnout. 3. In conclusion, key takeaways. Recognize symptoms, recognize the symptoms. Be aware of signs of burnout and address them proactively, meaning do something about it before it gets bad. Realize that you've been sleeping a lot less lately. Prioritize your work and your work hours to try to be more efficient in what. Prioritize well-being. Without you, there is no business. Therefore, some point in time, prioritize yourself. The world can maintain a healthy work-life balance and prioritize self-care to prevent burnout. 3. Leverage support systems. Seek help. Know how to tell you how important this is, but entrepreneurship is basically you taking on the world, and you'll need an army to do that because the one-man army thing. Seek help. Seek help so that you can learn from other person's experiences. You can be guided by mentors. You can get access to professional resources that can help make your journey as an entrepreneur easy. Seek help. Put your pride aside because your pride will allow you to suffer until your heart. Put your own inhibitions aside. Don't judge people by what you think, but allow them to act accordingly. With this, we've come to the end of our slide, and we will begin our discussion. All right, people. Entrepreneurship burnout. Who wants to go first? We gotta start. You can just go at it. Actually, you still here?
I'm here. I was just getting ready to add.
Go
I was
ahead.
gonna say I know you're talking about entrepreneurship burnout, but I think it's life in general, right? They
Oh yeah,
always
it
talk about
is.
work-life balance, mind, body, and spirit. You're not
Mm-hmm.
able to be proactive or produce if you're not physically well or mentally well. So
Yes,
in
sir.
everything that you do, to have the mind, the body, and the spirit all on one cycle or all, doing well, it
Mm-hmm.
really makes a big difference.
Yes, it does.
You mentioned a few times, we have a big plate, right? We have a lot
Yeah.
of things we need to do, a lot of things we're trying to get done. But when
Mm-hmm.
you think about it, you can't be in every place at the same moment,
Nope, you
you
cannot.
know? I think it's very important to prioritize, get done what needs to get done first.
Mhm.
And then just work, whatever you don't get done today, it's on the top of the list tomorrow.
Yeah.
As in
Oh,
everything, everything in moderation is good. I'm not
yes.
saying that some days you won't have a longer working day or you won't work a little longer. I'm not saying you won't get up a little longer,
Mhm.
earlier, I should say. But in the same token, there has to be a balance.
True. Because without you, there is no life. It's called your life for a reason, after all.
Definitely.
Oh, and for those in entrepreneurship, all right, I'm going to be frank. I'm going to break the English accent, the English for a
Go
while.
ahead.
Brother, it think different. Because look at this. You have to manage an entire system yourself on a daily. In other words, you are the secretary, the CEO, the delivery guy, worker. You are the marketing expert. You are branding expert. You are about 5 to 10 people on a daily basis. Having that workload with you every single day will take its toll. I don't care how strong you are. I don't care how resilient you are. It'll happen. No matter how well you think you are managing. No, I've learned one thing from sleep, from the lack of sleep. When it creeps up and it knocks, it won't accept no for an answer. Exhaustion, tiredness, it'll just take its place and you'll just have to deal with it. I've seen people have, and this is just burnout in general, entire psychological breakdowns and not even know why it is happening. The other day I spoke to my brother and he was just at work and it was a regular day for him. And that's when his mind broke. Man saying just start ball, you don't know why. Water does a run out of here. It's a run. You know?
Uh-oh.
Nothing special happened. He didn't do anything different. He didn't brush his teeth from the left instead of the right that morning. Nothing. But it was a form of mental breakdown. All of us eventually get to that point. Now, your thing might not be tears. Your thing might just be your body just decides that,
Yeah,
hey, I'm going to just take some extra days out of sleep. And you can do
yeah.
nothing but rest repeatedly. And all it wants to do is sleep. Or it could be a complete block where your mind is not accepting any form of information. You are a complete blank. You can't read, process nothing. Those are serious signs. And we should all take this serious because if your mind breaks, I can guarantee you this, it is not the easiest puzzle to put back together.
Mm-hmm.
We've all seen these different types of mental illnesses and different things that come from just the stress of mental pressures on a daily. We have to take it serious.
And
So
I feel
yes,
like you see that with the big CEOs, the owners of companies,
yeah,
such and such is having a breakdown or such and such is not
mhm,
doing well. They're in the hospital, they keep that stuff hush hush. But
mhm,
one person can only manage so much.
yep,
If you notice within a company, you have so many people under the top bosses, right? Everyone has a job to get something done because one person can't do it all.
nope,
I know someone that always says, let me get it right. Spend money to kill time. Did
yeah,
I say that right, Alan?
yep, you did spend money to kill time.
Right? You
Murder did you
can't,
have?
like I said, you can't be all in one place at one time,
No, you can't. Nobody else
right?
wants to
You have
share?
to, you
Oh,
have
sorry.
employees.
Mm-hmm.
I was gonna say you have employees or you delegate tasks to people. So,
Yeah.
the team make the dream work.
You remember we were talking about it last week, last podcast, where um uh, that same night, that same week, I read something from Myron Golding. He quoted on somebody he listened to. He said, I would rather have 1% of 100 people's time and effort than have 100% of my time and effort. And
Yeah.
that spoke on so many levels because oftentimes we feel like we can't afford help, but I guarantee that making a little less profit will save your mental health in a
Yeah.
lot of sense. So I agree with that completely. I've actually gone as far as I've been searching for some VAs from the other day. I found one that's relatively cheap And going forward, I'll implement her, having her assist with something so that I can free up some more of my time to do some other
It
stuff.
it's funny that you say that. Um, we also need to remember, as entrepreneurs or anyone in any field, you're not the first to do anything that you're doing.
Nope.
People have come into issues or problems or trying to figure ways out. Like there's things out there that makes everything a lot more simple. For example, we used to have phone books, right? We used to
Yep.
write names and numbers down. Now you have a phone that keeps your contacts. The
Yep.
same thing for, like a Google Sheet or something that holds documents or makes formulas or add those together. You don't have to do all those things. Find things that does the hard work for you to make your task a lot easier.
Cool. Anybody else wants to share?
Just want to remind everyone that you can either unmute and speak, or you can add something in the chat for us to read for you.
Yeah. So, then I'll continue talking. So this week was definitely a rough week for me. I felt like this morning I got up, I went back to sleep, I went outside, I went to sleep. I wasn't sleeping all day. In fact, I was almost not here. It felt like crap. I still feel like crap. But somebody said something once. They said, do the thing and you will find the energy to do the thing. This topic was perfect for me. Because more I sleep, more I lie down, I don't want to know, don't get bother me with no food, don't give me no water. Well, probably water. Yeah. So we started the perpetual summer here in Jamaica. So water is
I
big.
don't know, Alan. That's a little extreme about no food and water, but
Ain't nobody business about you want sleep or nothing, Bridget. Or whether you got better or not. We don't care about that.
That's okay. I care about it. And that's all I said.
But anyway, what
Yeah.
got business about you and your problems? Yeah. They don't want to hear that. They want to know if you fix their problems. You see me? You telling people about your problem, not help them.
All right,
Yeah.
go ahead.
Got you better night time. If I can't keep up.
Easier said than done.
Yeah. If I can't take it, stay out of the kitchen. Yep. So yeah. So what I miss? Well, we miss
Oh,
out.
basically the entire presentation.
Mhm.
But
Yep.
the long and the short of it is we talk about entrepreneurship and burnout. Whenever the stress or the problems get too much and your brain just decides, say, you can press the power button and shut off everything.
Yep. Well, yeah, what? This is what I have to say. The stress and the pressure entrepreneurship, I'll be too much. I'll be too much because we take up too much and we worry about too much. We're not supposed to worry about the problem. So and that's the problem. We are worried about too much. We are trying to do too much in so little time. So of course the pressure will get too much. How about we just do one thing at a time, manage one problem as it come, and then it won't be so stressful. So we tend to manage too much at a time and then get so little done, so everything be overwhelmed and we stress out. And then we not ask for no help. We try to do everything and we be secretive about it, so pretty much the stress will get a little bit overwhelmed. So really and truly there is no stress. We only create our own stress. Cause one of the things when I notice with people, we live a lot in our mind and in our reality. So, you have a lot of people in them head, they stay in their head than in them reality. Meaning if we come out of our head and live in a reality more often, we won't have that much stress. Because once you think of a great idea, you got to think of ways how it not go work, and then you got to start stress about it, and then you fight against the fact that it can work and the fact that it cannot work. Now, if we have our confident self overpower with unconfident self, then we should be fine. So
Was the case.
you know, often at times, you know, with lower self-esteem getting at the way of we achieving, so it becomes stressful and it become a lot of burden when a burden is supposed to be. You know, life itself is a risk. We wake up every day, we go up on the road, we already take the risk. Why not just do what you got to do? Because you're damn if you do and you're damn if you don't. Either way, so if you look funny the way me look funny, you're damn if you do, you're damn if you don't. So just go out there and do what you got to do. You
Yep.
know? Yeah, man, that's how I see it. Yep, that's it. That's pretty much it. And it take away a lot of the stress. But it can be overwhelmed because we are the only person that do it. And often at times the people them we care about, well, when we think they should care about the stuff that we care about, that's wrong. So the people them who, the entrepreneur them who on this podcast right now and thinking that because I have a great idea and it will bring food on the table for me and my spouse and the spouse supposed to care, they're not supposed to. They're not happy. You know, it's our job to make sure we do what we have to do to get them interested. Because when you're out in the sun and plow the soil, ain't nobody wants to do that with you. You know, you do it by yourself. But once that garden become green and have fruits, everybody that the fence side, I beg you mango, I beg you orange, you know, I beg you papaya, them I beg you something.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so once the tree start bear fruit, everybody a jump on if you pick it.
Yep.
But for planting, nobody no want to do it. So we have to remember that as entrepreneurs and do what we have to do.
Cool.
Yep.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. Go ahead.
Alan, you now want to get up on your foolishness. Guy, you better not.
Easier said than done.
There's a business done at daytime.
Mm-hmm.
See
That's
me?
all.
No bank, no operate at 12 o'clock at night.
My bank work on that. 80%
that. 6 o'clock.
6 o'clock.
6 o'clock bank lock.
6 o'clock, bank lock.
Yeah.
Most of my work done at night.
Yes, and your problem, sir. That's why you have to get up at daytime and keep up.
Right. When day up from day crack, I'll go sleep when day crack again.
So now your fault, you're supposed to sleep. So here what? Any entrepreneur out there do it, Alan do on the top, and I go mash up.
Bad
Go
idea.
bed at time and get up at daytime and keep up. If you can't keep up with the 24 hour you get, just find one bridge, sir.
Hey,
Yeah.
bridge. Yeah, bridge argument before Friday.
Me just say find one bridge, me never say nothing more.
Yes, sir. That's subject to.
Whatever you want to do with the bridge, you do it. Me just say find one bridge.
Build a bridge and get over.
Me never say nothing more.
There is one thing though you point out that I've realized and I've read a bit about, we keep on come back to. There's one thing that you have to do every day in order to make the day a success for you and your business. Yeah, we might have a task list of 1,000,001 things, but there's always one thing that is more important than everything. Finding that one thing on a daily and getting it done will always propel you forward continuously. The list might be tall, but I guarantee you that if you sort through the list, there's one thing that stands above all else. I would recommend doing that because
Doing what? Recommend do what? Repeat that. One thing stand above what? When I hear that.
On our task list on a daily, where we always have a long list of things to perform or our list for that week, for things to get done, there's always one thing that should stand above everything else. One thing that makes everything else function by doing it.
What?
If you can, no man, it varies from person to person. Based on whatever you have to do that week or that day, there's always one task where if that task isn't done, then doing everything else don't really make sense.
Well, you have a point.
So what you're trying to say is,
yeah, go ahead.
Sorry, what you're trying to say is our to-do list should be a real to-do list that should take care of certain things. Because sometimes I've done this before. You do a to-do list to complete the list, but it's really not a to-do list. It's just a list of stuff to make yourself look busy and make at the
Kind of
end of
like
the
just
day.
wasting time.
That's a wasting time list.
Yeah.
So I think you're
Yep.
suggesting have a true to life to-do list that really means something.
Yeah. So for example, all right, say you need more customers, right? And you're saying, all right, then cool, I'll do more I'll create some content this week. I'll run some ads. I'll do this, I'll do that. If say you have that a goal for this week or the month, I'd say prioritize running the ad. The content can come afterwards. Like I said, if you have the traffic of people coming to what you already have, then you can show them what else you have to offer. So in
Okay.
that case, you prioritize the traffic, right? All right, cool. I need to get these ads. What do I need? All right, I need this amount to pay for the ad. I need to get it on my card. I need to go to the bank because I have the cash at home. Prioritize that. Or I'm just starting out. I don't have any content, but I need customers. If we don't know what you're selling, then there's no way we can buy. Prioritize the content. I'm
But I
struggling.
like,
Yes.
so that helped me relieve the stress and the hardship.
Because on the hardship, because instead of focusing on a million and one thing, you start focusing on one. Start finding the most important task to complete. Two things
And
happen
hear
from
me not
that.
say,
Yeah.
this is what me think. Two, may I add to what you say. If you set a goal, it will stress you, especially if you don't reach the goal.
Mm-hmm.
So think about, like Alan said, set a task, don't put a destination to it, because, and destination as in, don't set your goals them to it too much, because if you say, all right, man, set that task and by next week, I want to accomplish this. Don't do that, because if you're not accomplishing next week, then your goals cook. You're going to stress about it. So that can help reduce stress too and the pressure within the business. So, me would have say, have your tasks, but don't put too much pressure on getting to the destination fast. Because that will stress you when you get there, like, yo, by now and next month, I want to get the ass up. And if next month come and you not did it, you start stress and worry.
All
Right?
right. So
Rome wasn't built in one day.
what? I wasn't there. I don't know.
May I come?
I know it wasn't.
All
I
right.
know
So
it wasn't.
so
Yeah.
what Ryan is saying is an important point in the sense that be patient with yourself whenever you're setting goals. Because life are gonna happen to all of us regardless.
Yep.
Regardless. Because you can set a
Mhm.
goal and you'll be like, I am completely capable of making this happen. And then all of a sudden a pandemic happens out of nowhere. You had absolutely no
Mhm.
control over that. Hurricane
Mhm.
comes, tsunami hits. For some reason, a thunderbolt hit your home, or there's no electricity, so you
Light
can't.
gone. Yeah. Mhm.
There's nothing you can do about this. But what you can do is, as things happen, push forward. And Ryan said it earlier, seek help. Uh, can't stress this enough. You're gonna need seek help. All right. There is a phrase from Richest Man in Babylon. I'm trying to remember the exact phrase, but it should go something like this. Um,
It should or it will.
it goes something like this.
Go ahead.
Can only understand from so basically your brain can only function according to the amount of information you have access to first. In other words, if you only know about ABCs and you don't know about the numbering system like only from 1 to 10, then that is not information your brain has access to, and therefore you would not know how to operate there. So always seek help so you can broaden your knowledge, broaden your viewpoint of things in life. Because, like we said earlier, we are not the first to be entrepreneurs. Thousands, millions of businesses have built, crumbled, We established, started, stopped, succeeded in the times that from the time we were born until the time we decided to be entrepreneurs. So, as such, nothing is new under the sun. Seek help. Everything you have gone through, somebody else has gone through it before you and have found a solution. So, you are not alone in that sense. You're only alone when you try to separate yourself from getting the necessary help you need. And if you are unable to recognize that you actually do, not being able to recognize that you need help is a serious problem. Very, very serious problem.
Yeah, the seeking help thing is a big thing. No one's created anything on their own.
Nope.
Whether you've had the idea for it to come to light or to be manifested, someone else or many other people have had parts in it. So that's a big one.
Yeah. A lot of times people have contributed more than we think actually, because when you look on some of the small conversation that sparked an idea, and then somebody else
Yeah.
gave you this tidbit, and then you watch this video on YouTube that gave you that tidbit, and then you heard
Yep.
this random conversation in public that gave you that tidbit, and then for the whole idea to come together, so many people contributed, and yet you think you can do it by yourself. You are crazy.
Yeah.
So seeking help is important because we might die by ourselves, but we don't have to live that way.
Yeah, Alan, if me think me hear correctly, you say you go dead by yourself because you have dead by yourself. Ain't
Well,
nobody want to
That's
do that.
not what he
You
said.
can always carry my Benz with me, you can talk
You
about.
know, it sound like him, right? Yeah, it sound like him say more die by himself. Yeah.
You
If
guys
you
Yeah.
if I
have
hear what it is.
selective hearing.
Yeah.
Selective hearing.
Alright,
And
so
y'all
when say,
selecting the wrong things to hear.
so when say,
I said
when
that
say.
you might die by yourself, but that does not mean that you have to live that way. In other words, when you pass off, it'll be you alone. When it means
So
you have to
brother,
live that way.
so that you say so you're not dead by yourself regardless. I ain't nobody know I'm dead with you. Alright, watch her. Watch this. Say me I give everybody on the podcast $1 million. Who want it?
Everybody would want it.
I'm not see nobody. I walk on.
But nobody don't want it.
What's
Nobody
the
know $1 million.
catch?
I'll take it. Nobody know the mill.
I'll take the
Ryan,
milk,
what's
even
the
a Jamaican
catch?
milk.
Nobody know what the mill.
I'll even take a Jamaican million.
1 million US. Nobody.
Ryan,
What the catch?
what's the
Jasmine asked what
catch?
the catch.
You catch? You get to live for 2 days.
But all right, me will pass.
Jasmine says you can't keep that.
No,
Yeah.
I'll take the US then.
So
Not
yeah,
the Jamaican.
you see it, Alan. So you're gonna there by yourself, but watch out. You know, everybody money not that important. You see me? Cause if it is important, you would have take you and live for 2 days.
I say I just bra for the 2 days and then after that you say I like it. I'm out.
Yeah, but
I won't have enough time to spend the meal.
that
Ashley,
too.
Right.
Ashley. Think about that properly.
So wanna agree then say time could never be money.
No, never. Time could never be equal to money. That time,
So time is money is wrong.
yes, because yes, sir. Money. So, Missy,
No,
it'll be
using
much.
your
Oh,
time still does cost. Using time
no,
still does
it
cost.
costs. It
Uh,
costs, but it can't equal to money because
No.
time is almost an unlimited resource. Money is limited. There's a limit to how many trees you can
Time
cut
is
down.
limited too. Time is limited.
No,
It
time
depends.
is endless. Time is limited to you. Cause no, when you look on it, time is endless. Time will always do that. When you're dead and gone, time will do that. You see me? So we are limited to time.
That is true.
You see me?
And
So
that our lifespans will be
yeah,
only so much and no more, or the amount of things
yep,
we can do in a day is so much and no more. Because as long as you
yep.
exert energy, you will
So
develop.
watch out now. So watch out now. Seeing that we know say money is important and the time is more important. So if people them are stressing at their business, they need to stop. Because we are stress born are that important.
Yeah, true.
You get the drift?
Yeah.
Remember, I not just say I wouldn't take the 1 million US, you know,
Yes.
and live for 2 days, you know, so that means we want to stress over the important, you know. So I
A
want
day
to
at a
kill
time.
yourself. But watch
A
this
day at
now.
a time.
If we not stress, we not kill yourself, because we not bring more
Mhm.
pressure upon the body. You see me, more pressure upon the heart and the lungs and all of that one and not stress. So guess what? If time is more important than the money, where you are stressed for then? And you have time.
You have the time. True.
You are 24 hours in a day. You don't need for your stress, make use of it. So why spend at least 12 hours out of idea stress and the next 12 I try to figure out something? Just chill and live your life.
Mm-hmm.
I make the most out of it. If you get there, you get there. If you not get there, adjust not today. Just hope say you wake up tomorrow and you have the next day to figure it out. No need for stress.
Agreed.
So that solve it right there. So
Jasmine says in the chat, good point.
thank you, Jasmine. At least somebody, a listener, agree with me. Thanks, Jasmine. Alan say a foolishness.
Of course.
Take a break. Yeah. So thanks, Jasmine. At least you listen. She a listen and she agree. You see? But Jasmine, me know why you listen now, you know. Me want you hear me and practice it too. You know, so that will be the most important part of it and the most important thing you can do. So,
Okay.
yep. So, yeah, man, no need to sit down and stress if we have the time. You know, because
And
there's a lot
stressing
of people.
doesn't change
Yeah,
it.
not change nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and worry about stuff not change nothing
Yeah,
about the
worrying.
business.
Yeah, it never changes.
Yeah. If you owe $1 billion and you have a day for pay, don't even worry about it. Just it will take care of itself. Everything will play out. Just keep doing what you're doing. You know? So no need to worry. If you sit down and you're not do nothing, then me would have say otherwise. Me not go say other word, but if you sit down and not do nothing, then nothing not go come. Cause if you dig it soil and not put nothing in the ground, nothing not go come. You know, so I mean no need to worry. Yep. So
They said, don't worry
hopefully,
about that thing.
yep,
Because every
hopefully me
thing
have
gonna be
some
alright.
good tips, you know, this week, you know, and hope it can help you guys, you know, on a business adventure. And, you know, me wish you all the best with anything and I do this summer. You know, the summer come up, you know, a lot of entrepreneurs probably have plans for the summer, things they want to do, you know, for grow your business. Next summer, the summer cash school is out, so you know, you have more money now for save for those who not fi send the kids to school this summer and those who kids not do no summer school, that extra bread there, you can invest it, please. Invest it so when September come around, you have double the money to do whatever you want to do. So focus more on investment. Don't go say, yo, me I go party now cause, you know, Aisha na have school tomorrow, you know, and Tanasha na go college, she get a break, you know, so tuition
Yeah,
now
for
fi
the
pay
last
till
thing.
September. So here what? Invest the money, please. Focus on investing and grow. You know, so you never have money to spend loosely. You know, if you have to go out and spend $1,000 and have to worry about it tomorrow, you do not have it to spend. So don't spend it. So put it away. You can afford to buy your shoes, but you can't afford to buy your shoes to wear it. You can afford to buy your shoes to sell it back to somebody to make a profit. Look at it like that, you know, and keep investing. And that's my closeout tip. Alan, wake up, man.
About sleep where? It's daylight saving time.
Mhm.
Ah, okay.
But yeah, you
uh,
guys get a little laugh out of it. But
Yeah.
so with all that said, conclusion what may I draw so far is this. You see me? Be kind to yourself as in how you spend your time. Be efficient with your time. Stress less. For me, if I stress, my brain gets fried. So I always try my best not to stress because we don't function well under stress. And that'll work for me. And everything take time. You know, most of the times we had started out and we say, oh yeah, we don't make a million a month off our business or this business would end up help pay with bills, so we don't have to worry. And then we can disprove everybody who said we weren't shit and whatever that not with the life and a waste of time. But even that take time. Somebody once said slowly is the fastest way to get to where you want to go. And I'm starting to realize that is a very agreeable point. Because anything that is built quickly is lost just as quickly. So if it's taking time for you to get there, then pay attention to the lessons that are being taught, the things that you need to learn, grow as you go, and seek help, seek assistance. You know? Find company. It's an iron sharpen iron. So find company. So Ashley, oh wait, does anybody have anything they want to say? All right. Nobody wants to add anything else. Ashley, drop the bomb diggity 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 with the quote
All
of
right.
this week.
And it's funny, every week I find myself saying, like, every time I find a quote, you guys are like, what's the word? Like dipping into it. Like you're
Yeah.
saying some pieces of it, and I'm like, man, like my quote just can't be on its own, but here it is. I'm gonna drop it in the chat. So this quote is from an unknown person. It reads, balance is not better time management, but better boundary management. Balance means making choices and enjoying those choices.
Better boundary management. Damn. I feel hurt by that one.
You know,
that's a
I
good
chose
one.
this one because, like I mentioned before, work-life balance, right? There has to be some boundaries to, this is enough, or, oh, I need to get my mind right, or, oh, I need to take care of my body to make sure, you have the full package going and you're able to produce. With that being said, enjoying those choices, meaning not worrying about them every day, right? You didn't get to something, it's all right. You decided to do something else, to put that off, to put something else in the front, it's okay. We'll get it done. We'll get to it. So, quote of the week. There it is.
All right. All right. So with that said, we'll close out. Thank
Yeah.
you
Wait,
all.
That is
Yeah.
a text message.
What?
No, right.
Yeah. So with that said, thank you guys for participating. So if you need to reach out to us for whatever reason, you can contact us at info@wealthbuildinginvest.com, or you can call us at 973-858-8454. So with that said, Ashley, hit us one more time with the quote of the week.
Balance is not better time management, but better boundary management. Balance means making choices and enjoying those choices.
I like that one. That's good.
Yeah, it's
Yep.
really good.
Thank
That's a
you.
good one. Yep.
So mind your
Thank you.
boundaries, not your time. Have a
And
cut
get
off for
and
everything.
get some sleep.
Yes.
Probably get some sleep, you know.
Yeah, Alan, go bed. You see? That quote there, yours,
Yeah,
Alan.
yeah, yes.
Print out there and put it on your man.
Mm, I'll do that eventually. All right, all right. I'll get to that right this week. Right.
G.
Right. All right, people. Enjoy the rest of your day. Have some sleep.
Yep.
Have some ice cream. Eat some good food. Today's Sunday. Don't skimp on the gravy. Don't skimp on the mashed potatoes.
For
don't
all
skip
those
on that extra piece
off,
of chicken for those who eat chicken. If you don't eat chicken, don't skip on the extra meat. You feel me? Some of us need that. No?
and for all those off tomorrow, enjoy the holiday.
Oh wait, what
Yeah.
is tomorrow? Tomorrow's what?
Memorial Day.
Oh.
Everything closed.
Yep.
All right. So enjoy your holiday tomorrow. And remember,
All right.
Back next week with
yes,
another banger.
yes, indeed.
All right. Have a good week, you guys.
All right.